If you want a bigger chest and stronger upper body, start doing ring push-ups. I'm the kind of guy that always feels push-ups in my shoulders, never my chest. Whenever I try and go wide, it wrecks my joints because I don't have enough mobility. The same goes for bench press. Whenever I try and take a wide grip to target my chest, it just feels painful. But with the rings, it's completely different. I can use a wide grip, combine a push-up and fly, and actually feel my chest working. I get a massive pump and DOMs for days. These are all good signs of muscle growth. The best part is I'm not training through aches and pains anymore. Push-ups are finally hitting my muscles hard without the discomfort. Now that I'm in my 30s, I take my joint health seriously because you can't get big and strong if you're injured. Ring push-ups let you train smarter, building muscle like a bodybuilder and strength like a gymnast. But first, some people say rings are bad for building muscle. The instability, it limits mechanical tension. This myth is false, usually coming from someone who's tried rings for the first time. They're shaking around like a baby giraffe that's just been born and they give up. Sure, when you're new to the rings, you're going to be shaking around like on any exercise. But over time with practice, your stability improves. After just a few ring push-up workouts, you're going to master the movement pattern and you'll be able to get this huge mechanical tension in your chest and your triceps. Fellas, this isn't some Bosu ball squat or a gimmick that you see on TikTok. Rings, they're unstable enough to challenge you, but stable enough to build muscle. There's a bunch of benefits you'll get from this special piece of equipment you won't get anywhere else. Let's talk about it. They're harder and more effective due to the stabilization component. Unlike a regular push-up where your hands are fixed on, say, the floor or parallettes, with rings, they're free to move in every direction, forward to back, side to side, rotationally, through pronation, supination. This freedom of movement is going to strengthen your rotator cuff because it's working hard to keep your shoulder joint centered. Training on rings is basically built-in shoulder stability work on top of your chest and triceps training. A floor push-up is a closed chain exercise. Your hands are fixed and your body moves. With rings, it's more of an open chain exercise because your hands are free to move around, giving you those stability gains. There's a greater range of motion for greater muscle development and strength. When training floor push-ups, you're only really doing half reps because your chest blocks you at the bottom. With a deficit ring push-up, there's a deeper stretch. This trains your muscles at a lengthened position, which is ideal for hypertrophy. Plus, by using a greater range of motion, you're strengthening shoulder extension, which is going to translate to exercises like parallel bar dips. Ring training is simply better on your joints and tendons because they move to suit your anatomy. As you lower into a ring push-up, your hands can drift naturally in whatever part they want, whichever one feels most comfortable for your shoulders. This allows each arm to find its own joint-friendly groove, rather than being forced into the same rigid angle on every rep of a push-up like when you train on the floor or parallettes. Rings allow you to work around any mobility restrictions you have. This way, you can use a flared elbow technique with no problem. There's a unique chest activation. On rings, you're performing a hybrid between a push-up and a chest fly. There's a sensation of constant tension as you stretch and squeeze with rings. When training on a floor or parallettes, you're just not able to emulate this sensation. With ring push-ups, they absolutely ignite your chest because you're using all the major movement functions of your chest. Rings make the push-up effective well beyond the beginner stages. I can easily pump out 30 plus push-ups on the floor, no problem. On the rings, I'm struggling by around rep 10. The rings, they don't care how strong you think you are. They expose any weakness instantly. It's that combination of instability and greater range of motion that's going to humble you for real. When you do them correctly and play with variations, which I'll teach you later on, this is going to be a staple in your routine. You're never going to outgrow it. Push-ups aren't the only exercise you can do on rings. If you want a complete muscle building workout, head to fitnessfaqs.com and get our Body by Rings program. To make ring push-ups target your chest, you want to flare your elbows out in the scapular plane, going into a deep abduction at the bottom, getting a maximum stretch. Then you want to fly back up, squeeze the pecs, bring the arms together, straight elbows. With your posture, you want to keep yourself in a plank position. From head to toe, straight line. It's going to make your body work as an integrated unit with good force transfer to your upper body. If you arch, you're getting all these energy leaks, and your chest, your shoulders, your triceps, they just won't be as strong. With the shoulders, you want to let your scapula move naturally. On the way down, you're going to retract, squeezing them together, and then on the way up, you're going to protract, spreading them apart. The most common push-up mistake, people go way too quickly and they cut their range of motion. Seeing this type of speed and this ROM, it's just not good enough. Instead, you want to control that negative. Pause at the bottom for bonus points. Come up forcefully, full ROM, and repeat that for reps. Keep in mind, the height of your ring straps determines the difficulty. It's going to feel a lot easier on a squat rack with short straps because it's more stable. If you've got your rings anchored off the ceiling with really long straps, there's a lot more instability at play. Keep in mind, during your ring push-ups, the angle of your body changes which part of your chest is biased. If you're working in an incline posture, it's more of the lower chest. If you go horizontal, whole chest. Decline push-ups, upper chest, baby. Now, if you're still struggling to feel your chest on push-ups, try and set your rings really wide apart. Honestly, this is going to ignite your chest like never before because it forces you to fly in with your arms. So when you squeeze in at the top of that rep, the tension on your chest is just nuts. Random training equals random results. You have to write down what number is your ring strap, how high are they anchored, what's happening with your body posture, and also the progression or variation that you're using on your ring push-ups. You wouldn't go into the gym and just lift a random weight. Don't do that with your ring training. Always log it, measure it, so you can apply that juicy progressive overload. All right, I'm going to share with you a few of my favorite progressions and variations of the ring push-up. That regular ring push-up looks basic, looks easy, but I guarantee you it's going to keep you challenged ongoing. Just because it's a body weight exercise, don't get it confused that it's easy. I absolutely love doing ring push-ups at the end of my push day. When done as a finisher, you've already pre-fatigued your muscles from the other pushing exercises, making these ring push-ups always stimulating. When using that slow, negative, and deep stretch, it feels like my pecs are being pulled apart in a good way. No matter how hard I try, I'm always failing by around 15 to 20 reps, making this a perfect accessory exercise for muscle growth. If you're ready for a challenge, the Archer push-up on rings is a serious step up. Unilateral training is what brings the intensity, as one arm is effectively pushing most of your body weight. The Archer push-up is good for increasing size and strength equally on both left and right arms when the reps are matched. When all you've got is a pair of rings, the Archer push-up proves you don't need much to build serious upper body strength. The final boss is the weighted push-up on rings. I like the simplicity of weighted calisthenics because I can simply make my push-ups harder by adding load. There's no need to mess around with complex variations or posture changes. You can always play around with a heavy weighted push-up for low reps to build strength, or just a modest weight added for an efficient hypertrophy stimulus. I know my bros watching want to build a bigger upper chest. Psst, the decline push-up is perfect for you. When training this one with rings plus the deficit and the decline position, it's going to bias that upper shelf of your chest, pumping up those pecs without even needing the bench press. Rings are the most underrated pieces of calisthenics equipment. Once you learn how to use them, you're going to unlock next level size and strength. Keep learning by watching this Fitness FAQs video.